Okay, here's how I'm thinking. I teased this earlier about Danny. If I'm Utah, I want picks from a team that I know is incompetent and has a proven track record of incompetence. Now, you might say the Knicks qualify, and if you wanted to say that, I wouldn't really be able to fight back. The Knicks, 5 playoffs since 2001. They've had 1 winning playoff series this century. They've had 11 top 10 picks, plus they traded 3 more. That's just since 2001. So that's certainly an incompetent franchise. James Dolan's been the owner the whole time. He's going to remain the owner. It's a good thing to trade with them. I'm going to offer you Sacramento. 0 playoffs since 2006. No 41-win seasons since 2006. And they've had 13 top 10 picks since 2006. That's a team I want a lot of picks from.
For sure.
Charlotte, 3 playoffs since 2002. They've had 11 top 10 picks. That's a team Jordan's going to stay the owner. That's a LaMelo, who knows how long he stays. That's a team I might want picks from. And then your beloved Wiz. Since the 1989, Wiz. 10 playoff appearances total. You've had 17 top 10 picks in 33 years. And you're paying Bradley Beal $130 million a year. I want your picks. So I'm going to look at it that way. So going in order, Charlotte. And you'd be like, Charlotte for Mitchell? It's like, yeah, why not? Like they're in this Miles Bridges situation that is just an absolute awful, awful nightmare of a situation. He might go to jail. He might not play next year. He might not.
Yes.
Like he just might be off the team. They have LaMelo and really that's it. Plus Book Knight. They have they took the guy from Duke, the center, and they have some veterans, right?
I mean, Hayward.
Right. So if it was Hayward and Kelly Oubre and Book Knight, and then 3 firsts and a swap, and I sent back Mitchell and Beasley, I would rather have that than the Knicks offer.
Sheerly on the basis that Charlotte's going to stink. If you line up Charlotte's roster and compare it to the Knicks roster, which of these 2 teams is more certain to miss the playoffs? And
Charlotte's not going to spend money. I don't have to worry about them going over the luxury tax. They'll have LaMelo and they'll have Donovan Mitchell and they'll be fun to watch. But like one guy gets injured for 1 year or somebody's unhappy, who knows? And now I have a lot of their picks. I actually don't think Charlotte would do that, but I would be kicking the tires on that if I'm Utah. If I'm looking at Washington, Will Barton, Hachimura, Johnny Davis, your guy you just took, 10th shooting guard.
I'm familiar. He's 8 for 29 in Summer League. That's not a joke. From the field, 8 for 29.
He felt the busty-ish out of all the picks the moment the ladder happened.
1 for 11, 4 for 11, 3 for 7.
All right, I got those 3, and I got 3 unprotected firsts and a pick swap. Do I feel better about those picks coming in roses for me than I would with the Knicks?
That means Donovan Mitchell gets to play with Bradley Beal and Kristaps Porzingis?
Yeah, the big 3.
Well, I mean, from Utah's perspective, that I don't think they want to take that on. I mean, that Washington team, that's a play-in team. That's a 7 seed waiting to happen, or 8 seed.
So you still like the Knicks and rolling the dice against Brunson, Julius Randle, Mitchell Robinson, a luxury tax team, RJ Barrett. You think that's a better bet to have shitty picks than Porzingis, Beal, and Mitchell?
I just think Julius Randle is such a bad actor. I just think
last year, maybe he had a bad year.
He doesn't have a career.
It's like Will Smith. Maybe it's like just a bad year, bad moment.
He's banned for 10 years because of that bad moment.
Yeah, Will Smith was worse. All right, here's my favorite. I can't believe this team has not been mentioned. They're a playoff team. They have one of the best 5 players in the league. The Denver Nuggets.
Oh.
What if it was Michael Porter, Ish Smith, Jeff Green, 2 firsts, and 3 swaps, and I get Mitchell and I get Pat Beverly.
That's bad for Utah. Denver's good. They have the back-to-back MVP. He dragged them into the first round of the playoffs.
But I'm getting Michael Porter.
And they won a game.
But I'm getting Michael Porter.
Who, I mean, look, I don't want to make jokes. I do not want to make jokes. Like,
well, he missed the entire year last year.
Yeah.
And
so what's your level of confidence that he's going to play basketball and be able to play 70 games a year? What's the level of confidence?
Guess what I'm doing if I'm Utah? Michael, you're taking another year off.
Sure. Get yourself healthy.
We have some facilities in Italy and Greece and Germany, and we're going to really work on your back. And we're totally cool if you don't want to play this year.
Okay.
And then we get those Denver picks.
Okay.
I'm just asking, do you like that trade more than the Knicks? Because think about it from the Denver side. If I'm Denver, it's like, holy shit. Now I have Murray and I have Mitchell and I have Jokic, obviously. Maybe instead
they got
of Beverly,
KCP, who's a professional basketball player.
Maybe instead of Mitchell, maybe I'll try to get Bojan Bogdanovic instead. Instead of Beverly, and I get Mitchell and Bogdanovic.
That team is too good.
It's Bojan on that team.
It's Bojan on that team.
If I'm Denver, I'm just going all offense. I'm never gonna get the stops that Golden State and Boston were getting in the playoffs last year. But what I can do is score 130 points a game.
It's a good team. Awesome. What you're talking about, though, how does that fit Utah's desires? They don't want draft picks from a good team.
Yeah, but I'm getting Michael Porter Jr. though. That's my play.
Okay, all right.
So you don't like that one. What's your favorite out of the four?
It's just a lot of investment in Michael Porter Jr. stock. I mean, you really have to understand back science and microdiscectomy surgery and all. You know, you better have a really strong surgical staff there in Utah. Now, I don't know. Did D Wade get the same surgery as Michael Porter Jr.? I mean, you know, D Wade's in the mix. So, but you need really smart scientists, medical professionals in the mix if you're going to go in that direction. The Knicks is the best play because
the four that we mentioned, all four of those offers and packages are better than Tyler Herro, Duncan Robinson, and some picks from a team that is never bad ever.
That's a fact.
I want to go with teams that have proven to lose over the last 20 plus years.
Yes.
Teams that have either weird ownership situations or just a proven track record of incompetence.
Agreed.
That's why I want to trade Donovan Mitchell too, if I can.
You didn't make a Sacramento deal. Sacramento is the most incompetent franchise.
I'm about to because it's my favorite of the bunch. De'Aaron Fox.
Okay.
2 first-round picks and a pick swap for Mitchell.
Ooh. Okay. Huh.
If you're Sacramento, you're thinking, De'Aaron Fox is a good player. Mitchell's been in playoff series. He's proven he can go toe-to-toe with other great players. He could be a real star for us. Now I have Mitchell in the backcourt with Malik Monk and Kevin Huerter, 2 of my favorite players in the league. I have Keegan Murray, star of the Summer League. I have Harrison Barnes. I have Sabonis. I have Rashawn Holmes. I have maybe a buyout guy in February. I'm having real ideas now because Donovan Mitchell is better than De'Aaron Fox.
Donovan Mitchell is better than De'Aaron Fox.
And if I'm...
Facts.
And if I'm Utah, I'm like, look, Donovan Mitchell's better than De'Aaron Fox. Give us some picks and some swaps. And you're just hoping Sacramento, who, again, no playoffs since 2006, you're hoping Vivek is just like, fuck it, I'm taking a swing. Donovan Mitchell, 31 in playoffs last 3 years. Donovan Mitchell, 23 games, 32 points a game, 32, 5 and 5, 46, 41, 81% splits. I'm looking at that. I'm like, this guy could go in a playoff series and maybe beat somebody. Maybe this is my version of Rich Richmond or Chris Webber for Mitch Richmond.
You just have to do it to me.
I know, I'm sorry.
With Utah, from their perspective, also part of what could be appealing is they don't have to feel like they're invested in De'Aaron Fox. Like if they want to flip him come next trade deadline, that feels like,
How about this? Then you go to the Knicks and you say, hey, know you wanted Mitchell, but hey, we got De'Aaron Fox now. Any interest?
Yeah.
What's a similar package? Maybe a couple picks. He was a Kentucky guy, well liked by those dudes. But yeah, it's weird.
That's
but
a nice double dip. Think about that. Oh, Sacramento and the Knicks. You get both of them involved. That is a Danny Ainge mastermind, Machiavelli kind of play.
The problem, as we talked about on Sunday in the trade value pod with Priscilla, was the happiness piece of it. So you have Mitchell who thinks
whose happiness?
You have Mitchell who thinks he's going to the Knicks. He's like, cool, New York, big market. It's Donovan Mitchell time. And then it's like, no, actually, we're sending you to Sacramento. Sorry. They have made the playoffs since 2006, but you'll love it there. It'll be great. But on paper, I mean, shit. Mitchell, Monk, Herter, Murray, Barnes, Sabonis, and Holmes.
That's a league pass team at a minimum.
That's a fucking great team.
At an absolute bare minimum.
Entertainment standpoint.
Yes. It's a Thursday night and Sacramento's coming on at 9:30 or 10 o'clock. I guess I'm just going to, I'm going to lose the night because I have to sit here and watch Sacramento.